My hair is nice and lilac, which I did not think I could achieve ever, but I did this myself. I had it bleached at the hairdresser's, and I quite liked the blonde, but I only had it for a few hours and then I got bored. I needed some color in it, and now it's nice and pretty and lilac. I'm still a bit sick. I have been for a week now, and it's very annoying, but I want to film these videos, so apologies for this. This video that I'm about to film is very, very, very long overdue. The book I'm going to be talking about is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan Mcguire. This is book 3 in the Wayward Children series, which is one of my all-time favorite series. And Tor.com was kind enough to send me an early copy of this book, so thank you again to Tor.com/Amanda for sending me this. If you don't know about the Wayward Children series, in this series we follow kids that have traveled to fantastical worlds where they feel like home, and then once they come back into this normal world, they feel out of place and they feel like they don't belong. They just want to go back into their other world. These kids are sent to Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children to adjust back to this world and come to terms with everything. This came out January 9th, I think. In this book we follow some new characters, some old characters we've already met. I guess our kind of main character of this book is Rini, who drops from the sky and lands at Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children. She is from the world of confection, which we kind of already heard about from Sumi in book 1. And Rini is actually Sumi's daughter, and Rini is in search of her mother because she needs her help back at confection. But then unfortunately she discovers that Sumi actually died long before Rini was conceived, and that's like a big problem. It sounds confusing, but confection is a nonsense world, so time doesn't pass the same way it does in our normal world. So she needs help, and the students from the home go out on a quest to help Rini, and that's like the basic plot of this book. So we have some of our old characters that we met in book 1, like Cade and Christopher. Also Nancy makes an appearance, which made me incredibly happy because she's my favorite character from the series. We got to know some new characters. Cora, was that her name? Yeah, Cora. And then there was Nadia. And we get to know Christopher a bit better. We didn't get a lot from him in book 1, but we discover a few more things about him and his world. What I love about this series so much, it has a very diverse cast of characters. We already had it in book 1 and then 2, and the theme just continues with this book. We have so many diverse characters. We have Cade, who is transgender, Christopher is Mexican-American, then obviously Nancy, who is asexual, Cora is a fat girl, Rini and Sumi are Japanese, Nadia is missing part of her, I think it was part of her arm, and then we also meet a character that wears a hijab. I do have to say something about Cora, who is a fat girl. I saw a review from Trina from Between Chapters. She felt like Cora's character was too much focused on being fat. It took up a big part of the book, which, thinking about it, I do agree on. It was a big part of her character, and it felt like she was defined by being fat, which with the other characters, their sexualities and ethnicities and other things don't define them so much as it did with Cora. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to put in there. As for the world building, also incredible. With the first book, we didn't really get a lot about these fantastical worlds. We heard about some worlds, but we never saw any. And then book 2 explored one of the characters' worlds. But in this book, we learn a lot about a few other worlds, and then also explore, like actually travel to 2 different worlds. We learn a bit more about Christopher's world, which I was really interested in, and then Cora, who is from some underwater world, which I thought was really interesting as well. And then obviously we travel to Confection, which is this sugary candy land kind of. Our characters have trouble adjusting to it because it's a nonsense world and things don't make sense. But I thought it was really fun exploring that world and learning more about it. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the writing. Again, As I felt with the first two books, the writing is just absolutely gorgeous. I love Seanan Mcguire's storytelling. It's such a unique way of telling stories, at least to me. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. My first book of 2018, and it was a 5-star read, and I am pretty sure this is gonna stick with me for a while, as the other books in this series do. They're just incredible. They mean so much to me. I cannot wait for more books in this series. I'm pretty sure at least one more book is planned, but Seanan Mcguire has also said that she has some more ideas. It's just in the hands of her publisher, so I really hope they do publish more books in this series because it's so expandable. There's so many stories to be told in this world. So that was my review of Beneath the Sugar Sky. I would love to know if you have read this book. What did you think of it? Let me know down below. And that was it for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!